Hey everybody, I'm going to walk through the Valor Home Loans application from the borrower's perspective so we can see what that looks like from a borrower's point of view. I have not gone through that before, so we're going to learn together a little bit. So I might stumble through this a little bit, but we'll see what the application process looks like. I'm going to start from my email, as that's probably the most common way that you will send your application link to folks. So we're just going to go to the Apply Now link in the signature there. So here's the page that brings us to. I'm going to click on Apply Now in the top right. Got an email to start off with. I'm going to use my personal email. Confirm that. Set a password. And continue. Let it save that. I'll go ahead and put in my real name here. It's pre-filling all kinds of good stuff that you guys get to see. Phone number, that's fine. Terms and agreements. I consent to receive messages via text. Click Finish Setup. Okay, welcome from Team Gallegos at Highland Mortgage, which will be adjusted to Valor. Got Valor Home Loans in the top left there. I'll click on Start Application, Start Section. I'm going to make up some information here so we can get through this. Married, U.S. citizen. I'm going to say no to alternate names. It's got my phone number in there. I don't want to add any others, but I could. Dependents, yes. I'm going to say 3 dependents. That's going to include my spouse. And just for fun, I'm going to say got a 5 and a 2-year-old. Sorry to those of you that have a 5 and a 2-year-old. Don't envy you. Mine are all teenagers. Not that's fun either. Address, I'm going to put in an old address. Looks like it's pre-filling options, so that's pretty cool. Move-in date, month and year. I'm going to make that up. And I'm going to say I own that property. Let's say it's worth $400,000. Sold, pending sale, or retained. Let's pretend that we're going to retain that. And that it's a single family home. Current occupancy, well, that's where I currently live. But let's pretend we're going to rent that out after buying a new property here. Monthly insurance, taxes, association dues if not included in your monthly mortgage. So taxes and insurance are included. HOA dues are not. We'll say those are $150. Monthly rental income, I'm going to leave that blank because we're not going to use that right now. And we're going to say no other mortgages and no separate mailing address. Now we could add a former address here if we had lived at our current property for less than 2 years. It's been over 2 years, but here's where you can add additional former addresses. We'll finish that. Say yes, add employment. Say Valor Home Loans. Just going to put hello for now on that. And I wonder if it's going to let me leave that blank. Ideally, of course, we've got folks filling in all of this information about their employers. Doesn't look like that is required. What is required is a start date. I only want to put in one employer here, so I'm going to say started a couple years ago. Whoops, that's just asking for month and year. And no end date. I currently work here, so that gets grayed out. Monthly amount for taxes, we'll say that's $6,000. Overtime, bonus, commissions, all of those things. So any of these that you toggle to yes, then you can put in the amount. So let's say another $500 for commissions. Any other income? No. Years employed in this profession, not just this job. Let's say 10. And months employed, I'm just going to leave that at 0. say 10 years. Okay, and then we're just verifying that. Looks like we can go back and edit if we need to. Other income, if we need to, there's a lot of different options here. Just for the heck of it, let's add something in. Let's pretend that I get some VA pay. Can't tell if I spelled that right. Just to see what this looks like. Added that in, lets us confirm, and we continue on. Okay, declarations. Yes, we're going to say we are intending this application to purchase a new primary residence. Yes, we've had an ownership in the last 3 years. We're going to say it's a primary residence. Oh, that's interesting. It does ask about FHA secondary, along with secondary and investment. We'll say primary residence with my spouse. No family or business affiliation with the seller. We are not borrowing any money. All typical declarations here. Not applying for something that we are not disclosing. No liens. Not a cosigner. No judgments. Not delinquent or in default of federal debt. No lawsuits. No foreclosures. Let's just see what it says there. Oh, it doesn't do anything. Okay, so no, we're just going to say no to all of these. Doesn't appear it lets you enter any info if you say yes to them. Oh, there you go. Have you declared bankruptcy in the last 7 years? So you could mark what type of bankruptcy you had. We'll leave that as no. Demographics. We'll just fill that out real quick. Easy enough. I am not a veteran, but let's see what that says if I am. Have you used your VA benefits? No. And continue, okay. Language preference. It did not give me the option to fill that out. That's interesting. Try and get that fixed. For now, we'll just edit that. Select English. Easy enough. And we'll move on. Checking all of that. Finish section. And let us know if you are applying with a co-borrower. And I'm going to say no. Clearly, we can say yes and add someone in there. Just for time's sake, I'm going to say no. Keep this party moving. Assets and credits. All kinds of info you can add in here. A lot of different categories, including other assets and credits. Gives you an overview there. Can add in earnest money. Let's just say I'm going to add a checking account. And here's where you can sign up for account check, which is awesome. Would really love for folks to do that. I don't want to put in real bank information right now, so I'm going to uncheck that, but we definitely want to encourage folks to use account check. I'm going to complete manually. Actually gives us the option of checking or savings. We'll just call it a savings account. We'll say USAA 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's pretend I've got $20,000 in there saved up. I can add another one. So maybe I'm already under contract and I want to tell you that I put in $3,000 of earnest money. Interesting, that's cool. Continue, we'll finish that asset section. Real estate owned, start that section. Okay, so it already brought over my current address that I listed as owned and status retained. I can add additional properties here, so that's great. We're just going to continue there. Lets you review, so if folks have added multiple properties, they can review that, edit any of them, and then we'll finish that section. Okay, your loan, what are we looking for? Start that section. We're going to say it's a purchase. We've got refinance and other as other options. Just say we're looking in Colorado. Keep it basic here. We'll say 500,000. Oh, did I do 5 million? Looks like you can do dollar amount or percentage. Let's just say I can do 20% down. Except my assets did not say that I could. 400,000 loan amount. Occupancy will be primary, and we're going to be buying a single family home. Property mixed use. You can hover over the question mark so folks can see what that means. Number of units, we're going to say it's a 1-unit property, but you've got options there up to 4. And any other new mortgages on this property? No. Working with a realtor? No, we're going to say yes. And we're going to put in the realtor's name. Put in a fake email address for him. Do you want your realtor to see details about your loan? So you can say yes or no to that. If you hover over this, let's see what that means. Gives you a little idea as to what you are agreeing to. Restricted view of your loan details. So they can see some information. They cannot see anything regarding your application, sensitive information, documents that you provide. So that's good. Glad it explains all of that. Excellent. That's nice for sending pre-qual letters through Flowify, things like that. So we'll just say yes. Referred you. We'll say Rob Sylvia referred me. Can also check no one. Add gifts or grants. Excellent. Cash gift. Family members helping me out. We're just going to click on none and finish that section. Okay, review loan info. Can edit any of these sections. Click continue. Now we're at the review and submit. So we can review all of our personal information, contact info. We can edit any of these items as we go through here. That's nice and easy. I like that. Okay, and then you click review next section if you want to review assets. Do the same thing to slide down to real estate info, then slide down to loan info. That is not necessary. It looks like you can continue to submission at any time. And it says we are ready to submit. So check this box to we agree. That's giving the credit check authorization, which is great. So we'll check that there. And then it makes the submit application button live. We'll go ahead and submit the application, and submission successful. So we can close that out, knowing that someone will be in contact with me soon. Awesome. Now it's automatically sending me to get some documents. That's cool. Let's get started. Up to upload, down to download, pretty simple as it says. I get it. Okay. Add new doc, and I can add any doc that I want. And if I don't have a certain doc, use the trash icon. And now I'm ready. So I can add new docs here. These all tell me what they are. View a sample document, download, upload, trash. So let's say I want to upload a driver's license. I can drag and drop or browse files to upload. Cancel that. Excellent. Tells me what I need right away. Gives my loan officer's email address here right away, which is awesome. And we will call that good. Thanks for hanging in.